Now, first of all, ionic compound is formed when you have a matter and a non-matter elements that are chemically combined. All right, so as what I've drawn here, the sodium atom has 11 electrons altogether. So the electrons are arranged in this manner whereby there are 2 electrons in the innermost shell, followed by 8 electrons on the next shell, and the outermost shell you have 1 electron. All right, now is this a stable configuration? It is not, because in order to have a stable configuration, the elements must have a total of 8 electrons or 2 electrons on the outermost shell. So as a result, this sodium atom will lose 1 electron from its valence shell to form a sodium ion. And after losing that 1 electron, it has now a total of 8 electrons on the outermost shell. All right, so in this sodium ion, it has a more stable electronic configuration of 2,8, where the outermost shell, the valence electrons, or the valence shell, has 8 electrons altogether. All right, so generally, all the matters will have a higher tendency to lose electrons. They will lose electrons to have a stable configuration. Got it? Okay, so after the sodium has lost electrons, it needs to transfer the electron to the non-matter. So in this case, it will transfer to the chlorine. Now you can see that for the chlorine, which is a non-matter that's under the group 7 halogen, it has 17 electrons in total. So the electronic configuration is written as 287, where the innermost shell has 2 electrons, the next shell will be 8 electrons, and the very outermost shell has 7 electrons. All right, so once again, it's not stable because it needs to have 8 on the valence shell, 8 electrons on the valence shell. So therefore, it gains that 1 electron which is lost by the sodium atom and form the chloride ion. So you can see here, this is the new electronic structure for the chloride ion. You'll see that this chloride ion has a total of 8 electrons on the valence shell now, right? And it has a new configuration of 288. So this is how the chloride ion is formed. So when we have this sodium ion and the chloride ions, they are formed in the structure, they will therefore combine to form the sodium chloride, which is an ionic compound. Got it? So which is why we said that all the ionic compounds are formed by transfer of electrons, where the electrons are being transferred from the matter element to the non-matter elements. And as a result, the metallic elements will form a positive ion, the non-metallic element will form the negative ions. So these two are the oppositely charged ions that are arranged in a giant lattice structure. Got it?